My name is Greg McGee, and I'm here with Brian Pounds at the Hills Cafe. This is our first episode of Artist Visions. This is Mr. Brian Pounds. Good to meet you again, sir.
Nice to see you again, Greg.
The first time I saw Brian, it was at the Saxon Pub. I was driving down the street, down Lamar, and I saw the sign there. It says Brian Pounds on the sign. I was driving by, and I thought it said pound of brains. And I was like, what? Because I just mixed, I'm a little dyslexic, so I mixed it up in my head. It took me a couple of weeks before I finally came in and sat down and listened to you sing. So anyway, I've been a fan ever since. So.
Oh, thank you very much. Pound of Brains would be a completely different act.
Do you think you have that many brains, at least a mouse? Maybe 2.5.
I'm not qualified to make those. I'd have to Google it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, listen, first of all, I wanted to ask you, what got you into music? What was your impetus? I mean, was it the girls? Or was it your dad? What happened?
I came from a musical family.
Yeah.
My mom is a great piano player. My uncle was on Broadway. And there was just music always kind of around the house. So I always sang and was always obnoxious, I'm sure. I didn't start playing the guitar until I was about to go into 6th grade. My brother tried to learn the electric guitar at one point, so my parents bought him a guitar and all that, and he took a couple of lessons and bailed out.
So you got a hand-me-down guitar?
In a way, I mean, he barely played it, so it was basically new.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember it was the summer before 6th grade because I knew that there were going to be parties in 6th grade, and I knew that if I could learn to play the guitar, I would have at least a few things to do at parties, and then I could meet chicks or whatever.
Did that work?
Never once. Never once. Yeah.
What was your go-to song at the parties to try to get the girls to pay attention?
I remember I learned the intro to Sweet Home Alabama.
I
don't know if you can go back to when you first heard that tune, but it's really iconic, and it moves you. Like. And I couldn't play it like that back then, and that's the only part that I still know. And then when I was in high school, I moved high school, so I
That's tough on a kid, yeah.
I went from knowing kind of everyone that I went to school with to knowing nobody.
Yeah.
And I kind of became a very lonely high school kid, and that's when I started to dive into songwriting as an outlet to just kind of a culture shock.
Did you get into Roy Orbison?
No, I still have not gotten into Roy Orbison. I need to.
Yeah, as much as you like sad songs, I highly recommend Roy. So, what is it? I mean, sad songs seem to be your forte now.
They are, yeah. After high school, I had the opportunity to go to Berkeley in Boston. I got waitlisted. I had been saying since I was probably, I don't know, sophomore, junior in high school, that I wanted to be a professional musician. Mm-hmm. But everyone had kind of talked me into doing the smart thing.
Which was?
Go to college, get a degree, get a job, and then figure it out. But I was too worried that I was going to miss out. I was afraid I was going to turn 22 and my dreams were going to be past me, which I now realize is absurd. But I was also puppy dog in love with a girl, and kind of decided to not follow the dream up to Boston, and kind of copped out and went to Oklahoma. And we broke up not long after I got there. And so I spent this semester of misery and loneliness and regret over not having gone to go chase my musical dreams. On the last day of school, I decided to move to Austin to play music. And so I think sad songs have kind of overtaken me because all of the major music decisions in my life seem to have come from points of desperation and sadness. It's just what I don't know, I just kind of equate it with that.
Yeah, it's the blues. The reason people sing the blues is because it makes them feel good. You sing this song about a guy who's so screwed up, his life is so bad, you think, man, compared to that, I'm doing great. So,
right.
So that so sad songs really have a purpose in that way. They can liberate people.
Right.
From some of your shows, I've heard you talking about a lot of traveling around and playing all these little bars and bowling alleys and.
I don't know that I've ever actually played a bowling alley, but I've played some weird ones before.
The ambiance in the bowling alley, those pins in the background going.
Yeah.
It's just, man, the punctuation is perfect.
Yeah. Carnegie Hall in a bowling alley.
Yeah, exactly the same. Yeah, except for the money, probably.
Sure. One of the worst gigs that I ever took, I played this casino in Elko, Nevada. Have you ever been to Elko, Nevada?
Can't say as I have.
A hard living town and gold miners, and they're just rough.
Yeah.
And but we got paid to stay there. We drove up. We played Thursday through Sunday, and then we just stayed in the hotel Monday through Wednesday, and then we played the next Thursday through Sunday. And you're stuck in this decrepit hotel room for 10 days. And I was playing pool in Elko with this girl, and we were playing doubles, and just casually. And we ended up beating these two gold miners who had been at the same bar, and it was a fine game, and I thought everybody was getting along. I went to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and the dude had broken a pool cue in half and was standing there screaming at the girl about something. And so I grabbed her up, and we walked outside and found a different bar, but it was not a pretty sight.
Now, one thing that you seem to be kind of a crusader about is the whole problem with making a living as a musician, like how musicians are getting, taken advantage of by, the whole system right now, the streaming and everything, and the economics of being a musician.
The first thing is to remember that in whenever, the 90s, the 80s, the 70s, a record cost $10 or $20 or whatever, It was a substantial amount of money, and all of that money went to somebody. It all got split up between the label and the writer and everything. But now, when you pay $10 for essentially all of the pop music out there, the pot of money that everybody is taking from has shrunken drastically.
Right.
There's just not enough money to go around. Imagine that you own like a clothing store, like an Old Navy or a Gap or something, right? And you're doing fine, and then one day the call comes down from corporate that you're going to stop selling clothes. You're not going to change anything else about your business model, but you're just going to stop selling clothes. Now you have to find a way to stay in business. And that's what the music industry is today.
Right.
The music industry is, it's all formulated around making records and selling those records. Every one of the processes revolves around that. And now that music is so readily available for so cheap, it's being devalued in a number of ways. But the real problem is making money. Without that revenue, it makes it kind of impossible for more eclectic acts to get the support that they need. When labels used to make hundreds of millions of dollars off of Garth Brooks records, they could afford to go out and give a subsidiary company money to Whiskey Town or something that they knew wasn't going to be a giant hit. And that's not really happening anymore.
And so those are the only kind of acts that are being signed is like, the one-hit wonder or something that's...
Well, it's not even one-hit wonders. What I've seen and the people that I've seen getting signed are the ones that are already having success. It's kind of a chicken and the egg thing. You need success to get signed, but you need to get signed to have the machine to give yourself a chance at success. And so people are resorting to things like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, and I think that's wonderful that the music community wants to help out. But I don't think it's a sustainable business model to ask your parents' friends every time you want to make a record for some money, because
you don't have that many friends. I mean, it's just...
Well, you hit them up after every once in a while, and they stop becoming friends.
Right, exactly.
And the thing is that everything else has increased in price. Equipment, guitars have skyrocketed in price. To make a record these days, a studio will quote you, or a producer will quote you $25,000. That's what my friend is trying to raise right now. $25,000. I don't know where that money comes from.
For an album or
for an album? You'd have to get $1 billion. I don't know the number of streams that you would have to get, but it's well beyond their ability to get that stream because they don't have the money for the advertisement or the promotion or the marketing.
Right. Because per stream, it's fractions of a cent, probably.
Oh yeah, it's tiny.
Yeah. So, do you have a solution? Do you have any idea what could be done?
I don't know. I'm not the guy to. If I had to guess, I would say that people used to spend $100 a month on music. So Spotify should be $100 a month, and I don't think that that's absurd. I think that that's what cable costs. People will pay $100 a month for entertainment, and I
they're paying like 9 or 10.
And they're paying like $9.99 the last time.
And they
that
get
I
anything,
checked.
everything.
And they can get almost everything, and it's unfair.
Except for you.
Yeah.
And Garth Brooks.
And Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks is on Amazon now.
Oh, he is?
He held out forever, but I think he's on Amazon now exclusively. He cut his own deal. But I think that there's a passion side, and streaming platforms, I have a problem with their existence. It's a personal problem that I wouldn't put on anybody or advocate for, but I think it changes the way that people listen to music, and I think that's a tragedy because a lot of my favorite records were not my favorite records when I first heard them, and it took time to evolve. If that's the kind of music that I want to write, and Spotify and that generation is saying that it's obsolete, well, it means that the kind of music that I play is obsolete, and I don't think that it is. I've struggled and I've played in front of crowds every once in a while, but I know that kind of music reaches people in a way that shallower music does not. And we're losing the craft of songwriting because of how focused on commerce we have to be to survive.
Well, that's fantastic. Listen, this may not work, but I want to try something. I've been thinking about this a lot. I want us to write a song.
We could try.
And,
I'm an odd writer.
Now, here's the only rule I want to make.
Okay.
It's not a sad song.
I guess.
Okay. Are you scared?
I wouldn't say scared.
Okay. Now, I've been thinking about this a little bit. The easiest way to write a song is to start with a metaphor. You know what a metaphor is, right? Mm-hmm. Or a simile, one or the other. Now, I know how you like football.
Okay.
Kind of.
Kind of.
You like football, right?
I'm sure. I like
Okay,
football.
Okay. Well, let's pretend you like football, just for the purposes of writing this. The other day when I was talking on the phone, trying to arrange, when we could get together and do, talk about this thing. By the way, he's got a new kid. How old is she?
She's almost 2.
She's almost 2. So, a lot of Brian's time is spent raising a child now. So, you were talking about, how, well, let me see, my wife's she's gonna be available. Wait, no, I'm not. She's not gonna be available. I'm gonna have to take the child over there. Anyway, and it's got this image.
Right.
It's like a game you're playing. It's like it's like a football game.
Sure.
And you and your wife are on the team. And your baby's the ball. You're making your way down the field, and you have to lateral over to her. And then you're gonna block for a little while, and then she's gonna pass her back to you.
Okay.
So I kind of got the idea that is a metaphor, and I thought maybe there's a song there.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Interesting.
So
not necessarily my forte, but
Okay, well,
we could try.
So, what key would you like to write in?
We were talking about A earlier. We could do it in A. I think that's a pretty good description because you're kind of trying to dodge the facts of life and trying to lateral and trying to get down to the end. But in that metaphor, the daughter is the football. I know that that's weird.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's not.
So if you were gonna say, raising, it's kind of a hard. It'd be like getting a rookie ready. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So we've got a rookie on the team. You're trying to win with a rookie, kind of thing. There's a new kid on the team. I like that. There's a new kid on the team.
See, that'd be a good way to start the song. She don't know much.
There's a new kid on the team. And she's. Can you say green without it sounding like Kermit the Frog?
She's got talent, but she's green.
Yeah, exactly. She's got talent, but she's green. That's cool.
There's a new kid on the team.
She's got talent,
She's got talent,
but she's green.
but she's green.
Yeah.
We don't know yet what she's made of. How's that?
Save the I don't know what she's made of. I would say there's a new kid on the team. She's got talent, but she's green. She comes from she's the it's great though. She's the future of the
Right, future of the franchise. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. Is she the future? Or do it as a.
Well, she has to be.
Yeah. You bet you better.
So the team has invested a lot in her. She's starry eyes, but she's the future of the franchise. I really like that actually. She's got stars in her eyes.
No, how about we've all got stars in our eyes?
We've all got stars in our eyes. She's the future of the franchise. But it's up to us to train her up just right.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. We've all got stars in our eyes. We've all got stars in our eyes. She's the future of the franchise.
We've all.
She ain't even. Yeah, how about this? Okay. She hasn't even had a rookie year.
Ah.
And then you can go to your chorus about it's up to us.
Yeah.
There's a new kid on the team. She's got talent, but she's green. She's done. You gotta find a thing that rhymes with year. I mean, you can say something like made it clear and say whatever you want before that and not be bound to the
What are you
rhyme.
making clear though?
That's what I'm saying is you can say anything there. It's like, there's a new kid on the team. She's got talent, but she's green. And she's here to stay. The owners made it clear.
Ah, that's good.
Little religious, but there's a new kid on the team. Hold on. We're trying to a home here. We're trying to make sure she has a home here.
Okay.
That's a really good parallel. And we want to make her feel at home when she's here. There's a new kid on the team. She's got talent, but she's green. We've made a home for her here. We've got stars in our eyes. They say she's the future of the franchise. And she hasn't even played a rookie year.
I like it.
Well, the game gets so unsteady. The game can be unsteady. Don't say anything just for sex, so don't forget it. But I've got to get her. But we've got to get her ready. All right, so how about this? Well, the game can be unsteady, but we've got to get her ready. For the game she'll play the rest of her life. And then we can do 3 more lines after this, and then it can be a verse song.
I can see,
The game
someday she'll be.
Yeah. Someday she'll be a star. But for now, she's
ours.
I mean,
Yeah,
if we had that hook, it could be something like, this is super hokey. Someday she'll be a star, but for now she's our something little MVP of the something. Yeah.
That's a little corny.
Yeah, that's what.
MVP. Okay, but I like it.
She's the MVP for
Of my
you
life.
and me. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
She's the
That's where it could go.
Okay.
So the game can be unsteady, but we've got to get her ready. For the game she'll play the rest of her life.
Someday she'll be a star. She'll be the toast in every bar.
One day she'll be a star, the toast of every bar. But for now, she's just our little MVP.
Well, you get that to rhyme would be pretty cool, but
Oh yeah, I
but
forgot
cool.
it's got to rhyme with life.
Life? Life or what?
Yeah, life. Someday she'll be a star, she'll be the toast in every bar.
MVP. Life. Wife. Strife. Knife. This will be bad.
Yeah, see, this is why I always start with a hook, because you get here, then you got to go back and write everything else again.
Did we have a hook over here?
No, we haven't had our hook yet.
Quarter on your feet. Gonna play for keeps? No.
Play for keeps could be a hook, but
But it doesn't rhyme with life. And
I mean we could rewrite some of that.
ready. The game she's going to play.
For the game she's gonna play. Mm-hmm.
See if we can make this if we can make this MVP work without being too corny. That'd be kind of interesting.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be corny. I mean, you're talking about your daughter being your MVP. They make Target towels out of that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, let's not think about that anymore then. Maybe just bring it back to the way it feels to, have this kid. Maybe that's just to really just.
Well, the game can be unsteady, but we've got to get her ready. Someday she'll be the toast in every bar.
When they find out who you are.
Someday she's gonna be a star.
Or how about? No, that's how about when they find out who you are. The world doesn't know it yet, but
right.
When they find out who you are.
Okay.
See if there's something there. Okay, here's. I'll just say it all out, and then we'll see if we can, put it into 3 lines. Okay. All right. Someday she's going to be the toast in every bar, right? She's just a little kid. She barely knows how to walk. Doesn't even know how to talk. But I see something in her. And when the world finds out who she is, I already know. Maybe I already know. But when you are.
What about something like, we've already used this, but the world is gonna cheer when they find out who you are.
I can almost hear the cheers.
What about the world is something dear, but they're all gonna cheer when they find out who you are. Don't play the game. Here, how about that? Don't play the game with fear, because the world's gonna cheer. Well, the game can be unsteady, but we've gotta get her ready. Someday she'll be the toast in every bar. Don't play the game with fear, because every day the world's gonna cheer.
Okay,
and they find out who you are.
Someday the whole world will cheer. Something like that.
How about the crowds?
Someday the crowds will cheer when they find out who you are. They will know that you're a star. Would that be better?
Yeah, like that.
Aha, I think we have a song, Brian.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can do it. Okay, maybe we'll double this,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Don't play the game with fear, there someday they all will cheer. When they find out who you are. And
someday you're gonna be a star.
Someday you're gonna be a star.
Yeah. Kid, someday you're gonna be a star.
Yeah, kid. I like that.
Kid, someday you'll be a star.
All right, let's see if we can sing it. Oh, my butt hurts. Oh, hang on. Let me stand up for a minute. Okay, I think we have a song, guys. You think we have a song?
Yeah. Got a verse and a chorus?
That's all we need, man. A verse and a chorus. Woo! You want a beer before we do it?
I'm good.
Okay.
There's a new kid on the team. She's got talent, but she's green. We've made a home for her here. We got stars in our eyes. She's the future of the franchise. She hasn't even played her rookie year. Well, the game can be unsteady, but we've got to get her ready. Someday she'll be the toast of every bar. So don't play the game with fear. Someday the crowds will cheer when they see who you are. Kid, afraid someday you'll be a star.
I think you
Nailed
wrote
it.
a song, Brian.
Sounds good, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know you got to get ready to do your deal.
There we go. Good
right.
deal.
All right, that's it for now, guys. Stick around for Brian playing some music. Oh, look. A new member of the Brian Towns Band Club.
He's so sad today.
You don't look all that sad. Maybe you need to listen to some more Brian Towns songs.
I do.
All right.
Greg, I have something I have to ask you.
Oh, yeah? What?
What is Stinkin' Rose Gazette?
Stankin' Rose Gazette?
Yeah.
It's a daily, well, not a daily, it's a newspaper published in Stankin' Rose, Texas.
What the hell is Stinkin' Rose, Texas?
Yeah, you don't know where Stankin' Rose, Texas?
I don't think anybody knows where Stinkin' Rose, Texas is.
Well, it's 27.4 miles from the asshole of Texas. That's what it is.
Where's the asshole of Texas?
If you knew that, you'd know where Stankin' Rose was, right? So you know,
That's how.
you don't know where the asshole of Texas is?
Well, I Googled it. I Googled, not the asshole of Texas, I Googled Stinkin' Rose, and I didn't find a Stinkin' Rose on the map.
That's not my problem. I mean, I know where it is. So, yeah.
Why don't you want to tell me where it is?
I did. I told you. It's 27.4 miles from the asshole of Texas. That was a good shoot today, wasn't it?
Good shoot.
Where's that damn shoe shine boy? I tell you.
Don't say shoe shine, dude. Jesus.